Hey tradies, welcome back to the Hey Tradies podcast. Today I want to talk to you about something that affects pretty much every business owner, whether you realize it or not. And that's the feeling of having big things you know you should be doing in your business, but you just don't get around to them. Things like setting up systems, improving your processes, fixing your job management, hiring staff, getting your numbers sorted. You know they matter, you know they'll make a difference, but you just keep getting pushed out. And it's not because you don't care, it's usually because the task feels too big. So today I want to talk to you about why big tasks feel overwhelming, why waiting for the perfect plan doesn't work, and how to actually break things down so you can progress every week. The I'll get to it trap. I see this all the time with tradies. There's always something sitting in the background like, yeah, I need to sort that. Get to it when things slow down. But here's the truth. Things don't slow down. And even if they do, something else fills the gap. So those bigger, more important tasks just keep getting pushed. Not because they're not important, but because they don't feel urgent. My own experience with this. I've been doing business planning since 2021. And honestly, that first year, I probably spent a couple of hours writing down what I wanted for the year and then barely looked at it again. It sounded good at the time, but there was no structure behind it. No rhythm, no follow through, and that's what most people do. They set big goals, but they don't break them down into something that they can actually execute. What changed for me? What's changed over time is consistency. Now, every Friday, I sit down with a group of business owners and we plan next week. Now, we look at what are the priorities, what needs to move forward, what are the key things that actually matter, and we schedule time to work on the business, not just in it. That one habit has made a massive difference because instead of thinking, I should really sort that at some point, it becomes, this is what I'm working on this week. The problem with big tasks are vague, and vague doesn't get done. If you say, I need to improve our onboarding process, that sounds important, but it's not actionable. So your brain is avoiding it because it doesn't know where to start. Let me give you a real example. Right now, I'm working on improving our onboarding process for new staff. We haven't hired in 2 years, so the process hasn't been used for 2 years. Now we've got a new team member starting, so it has become a priority. But instead of saying, I need to fix onboarding, I've broken it down. 1 week might look like review the current onboarding documents, identify gaps, list what needs updating. Week 2, update training documents, record new steps, build checklist inside our systems. Week 3, test the process with the new team member, adjust based on feedback. Same task, but now it's doable. This is where most people get stuck. Most business owners don't give themselves time to do this. They don't sit down and think, what am I working on this quarter? What am I working on this month? What am I working on this week? So everything feels reactive, and the big stuff never moves forward. The method. A really simple way to approach this is breaking things down like this. 90 days, 30 days, 7 days, today. And start with what actually matters in the next 90 days. Not everything, just one key thing, and then break that into smaller parts. What is happening this month, and then what am I doing this week, and then what am I doing today? Instead of one big, overwhelming task, you've got small, clear actions. Why this works? This works because it removes friction. You don't sit down wondering what to do. You already know. When you know what to do, you're far more likely to actually do it. Perfection is the enemy. Another big one here is perfection. A lot of people don't start because they want the plan to be perfect, but reality is the first version is never perfect. You figure it out as you go. That onboarding process I'm working on right now, it won't be perfect, but it will be better than we had, and then we improve it again next time. Scheduling time to work on the business. This is the part most tradies skip. You need to schedule time to work on the business, because if you don't, the day fills up with everything else. Phone calls, jobs, problems, admin, and the important stuff gets pushed. Even just 1 hour a week can make a huge difference. Accountability helps. One of the reasons our Friday sessions work so well is accountability. We're not just planning, we're checking in. Did you do what you said you would do? If not, why? That keeps things moving, because it's very easy to let yourself off the hook. Bringing this back to your business. Think about your own business right now. What's the one thing that you've been putting off? Maybe it's setting up job costing properly, cleaning up Xero, hiring someone, fixing your processes. Pick one, not 10, just one. Your action step. Here's what I want you to do this week. Pick one thing and then break it down into what can I do this week? What's the first step? And then schedule time for it. Even if it's just 30 minutes, that's how momentum starts. Big improvements in your business don't come from one massive effort. They come from small, consistent actions over time. You don't need the perfect plan. You just need to start. Break it down, schedule it, take the next step. That's how things actually get done. If you're listening to this and thinking, far out, I've got hundreds of things I need to sort out in my business, start with one. If you know what needs doing, but you keep getting pulled back to the day-to-day, that's exactly where we help. At Virtual Coastie, we've got proven systems for tradies to help make progress, stay accountable, and actually get the important stuff done, not just the urgent stuff. So if you're ready to get out of active mode and start building a better business, reach out. We'd love to help.